Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Full disclosure, I'm sure you can already hear it. I'm messing around with some of the sound settings. I don't know if it's good or not. I did some sound checks. It seems fine on my end, but who knows? I may totally be fucking over my whole setup with this. But hey, I'm trying. Like always, I will switch over to the game screen once it is on the dot 10 a.m. But for now, we are just going to chill. Okay, sounds good. That's good. Like, my issue wasn't audio balancing. Like, I have a bit of issue with that because it's really hard to try to monitor the audio. So I'm not able to do that. However, my main issue is that I'm always worried about my streams being too quiet, so that's why I'm kind of messing around with the settings. Before my kind of hiatus, barely a hiatus, I feel like I was getting there, but then I messed around on yesterday's stream and it was back to like -14, which is, I don't want to be that quiet. I want to aim for like -8, -6, but we ball. So yeah, it's almost time. It's 10. I'm gonna switch over now. Whee! Yay! Okay, so I opened up the game. The music's playing. So, for the first game of today's Choose Wisely Festival run, we're covering Livber, Smoke and Mirrors, Livber. This is a game from enev Games. I am very grateful to have received this a Steam key for this game. I'm very thankful that I was allowed to cover this game. It looks incredible. Look at this presentation. I hope the music isn't too loud. Just tell me if it is and I'll turn it down. But we have like a narrative map. I don't know if we have anything yet. But, see, look, wow, we have a lot of choices. This game has no right or wrong options, which, as I said yesterday, it's really hard for me to contend with. Because there's always there always has to be a right answer. What do you mean I'm not getting the most points in a game through choosing correctly and whatnot? But yeah, before we start the game, the devs did say the CEO, which is a beautiful cat, by the way, the CEO is a beautiful cat. There is a streamer code for me, so I'm gonna go check that. I wonder what it'll be. Hold on. And see, look at there's a cat! Oh my gosh! I told you the cat was beautiful. Oh my gosh. Let me see. Alright. I'm Yelda Cat, the student's CEO, Chief Eating Officer. Thank you for taking the time to play Livber, Smoke and Mirrors. Consider this a big meow of gratitude. I hope madness managed to give you a proper chill. Some moments even made my own first stand on end. Every question about the demo or full release, and every "this would be even better if" idea is worth its weight in premium cat food to me. Share your thoughts with my humans. Sorry, the dev team, and they'll jot down every word. Can't reach them? Drop me a meow at yellthecat at inevgames.com. I'll lap up every word between my nap sessions. Your support keeps both my humans motivated and my food bowl full. Thanks again and have a good time. Oh, this cat is so cute. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for this game. Let's see. We're gonna start a new game. This game, so from what I saw on the press kit, what I saw on the Steam page, our wife has been long dead, but she's been calling us back to our old house. And something maybe is wrong, maybe not. Who knows? We're gonna start a new game though, so we find out. I see her in my dreams. Her in that house on the edge of a cliff. Everything changed after reading that letter. The one bearing her name, my old love, Lilith. 5 years ago on a dark night, they took her from that house. Executed her for black alchemy. I was the one who turned her in. What? Okay. But now, she's calling me back to the house. Wants to bury her breath in my sins. But how? That's what I have to find out. Welcome home, my love. I'm home, my love. Oh, now my laptop's whirring like crazy. Far past the Hook Haven, which is woven by the grounded ships of Livber. Oh, hold on. Oh, okay. Coastal nation in the northwest of Gaia, governed not by a central authority, but by a 5-member council known as the Court of Trade. It is highly advanced in seafaring. There is a whirlwind roaring in the east. You don't see it, you don't hear it. Yet you know the power it holds, enough to alter all of Gaia. And what's Gaia? A wind-swept world of 15 island nations home to unique races and cultures. Oh, I see. A womb for gales to blow out of, but you come here. You wait standing in the heart of twilight, silently, eyes shut. 5 years later, once again, you stand at the door to this house, a letter clutched in your hand. Let's read the letter. We can't go wrong with more information. The raindrops fall on the paper, landing with soft patters. You grip the letter tightly with both hands, keeping it from being blown away by the wind. The silvery moonlight, trapped between the clouds, shimmers across the ink spilled from a woman's hand. You read the lines again, and again, and again. My love, if you're reading these lines, it means there's still something inside your heart that belongs to me. You know it! As I've always told you, death is far too ordinary a thing to keep us apart. I will give birth to our creation in our home, beneath the place we once shared. You must be with me, inside me, because our creation cannot be left undone. Turn back, pass through the dark, complete us. We were always meant to be one, and we still can be, my love. As long as you have the courage, as long as you do not fear. I am waiting for you in the Neverall. From Lilith. We're gonna hold on to hope. Our wife alive? Say less. You want it to be true, don't you? You want to hear that Lilith, the woman you left for dead 5 years ago, still lives. You long to feel her love again. If I'm being completely honest, I don't think we deserve her love, but it's awesome that we're still trying to get it, I guess. We did turn her in for dark alchemy, so I'm not sure we have much in the way of forgiveness. Yet, there's a question that won't let go of your mind. If she truly lives, How much of her is still her? It always matters, so I'm gonna go with one. The question, unanswered, keeps growing in your mind. Your gaze drifts into the distance as if the answers might lie out there. For but a moment, the clouds part and the moon's silver light spills across the sea. Each and every shimmer scatters into 1,000 fragments. But you remain still, all your limbs stiff with waking, standing before the door of the house perched on the cliff, beaten by the waves. It was meant to be. I had to come here. Yes, you believe that. Don't feel bad. Most people in your place would. Standing in the rain, holding a letter from a lover you thought dead for 5 years, few would think differently. Will I never be able to escape my memories? Never. That's why Lilith called you here. To this house. I don't understand. Why now? Why after all these years? Questions, questions, questions. If you make enough right or wrong choices, the answers will come. There are right choices! But for now, we must keep going. No more standing in the rain. Let's knock on the door. It's been 5 years. Let's have some decorum. Yell! Hi! Meow! Yell. Our winged cutie from the sky nations of Etheros, drifting down from its floating isles. I never found out how Lilith came to find her. I love this idea. Putting your beloved pet in the game. Ah, that's so cute. I should do this with my little princess, with my little beast in the corner. I had to look back at her. She was laying down in the corner of my room. Just as your hand reaches the door, you hear Yell's voice from beyond the threshold. The winged Bacter cutie, who never truly leaves you and never truly belonged to you. The white fur glows as if soaked in light. So, Bacters are born from the third clash between light and dark within the cosmic Neverall. These tainted life forms range from feral beasts to those capable of forming pacts with humans and living in guilds among their own kind. Cutie are domesticated bacterium, believed to hail from the Sky Nation, due to its non-functional wings. I have bacterium of my own. I have one right here. She spreads her wings and leaps swiftly towards you. Landing at your feet, she shakes the droplets from her coat. Then she sits back on her hind legs, head tilted, amber eyes watching you with curiosity. Let's pet. Oh, I'm so bad at animal noises. Yell gently brushes her head against your feet. Then she stops before the door. She looks up at it. With a soft stroke, she traces the doorframe with her paw. Then she turns her amber eyes to you. 5 years. How much can a person change in 5 years? What's really on the other side? Well then. Thank you, Yell. The wind falls silent for a moment. You hear the waves of the sea easing in the distance. Far, far away, the flash of a lightning strike blinds you, but its thunder never reaches your ears. The raindrops hang, weightless, in midair. Yell glances at you one last time and spreads her wings, then leaps into the shadows between the rocks. Your fate embraces you. Let's open the door. The door creaks open, but even you don't know what it is you hope to see, do you? Your guilt has chased you all the way here, and at last, your sins have caught you. I'm ready to face my past. No, you wish you were. As you crack the door open, the air brushing against your face is stale and musty. The sweetness of talleth flowers mixes with the scent of something burned. It pulls you back to that festival day, to the moment you first met Lilith. And then, you see her, standing beneath the dim light like she's been torn from the heart of this house. You lose your breath. A chill crawls up your spine and you freeze. It takes you a moment to realize your knees are trembling. Whether from fear or excitement, you can't tell. A whisper slips from your lips. Lilith. What are talleth flowers? A white-colored plant resembling the forget-me-not flower. I see. She doesn't see you. Bent slightly over the table, trying to light a candle, just as you remember her. Lilith. The ghost of your past. Your greatest lie and sin. Is this really Lilith? You stare, stunned at the woman who stands before you. She should be dead. Her hair no longer shines like it did that festival night. Reddish-brown strands fall over her shoulder like wet strings. Her skin is sallow, a ghost-like paleness. And her eyes. The moment she turns her head and you meet them, another hollow question slips from your lips. How? Oh, you remember. The festival night, a warm breeze carries the city's aroma far away. You two slip away from the crowded streets. The early black crimson's glow wraps Lilith's hair like a fiery halo. The noise of celebration fades behind you. Right there, you hand Lilith a bouquet of white talleth flowers. She looks deep into your eyes. She smiles. Tossing her hair back, she asks the same question. Oh, this is such beautiful art. I love it. White talleth flowers. How did you find these? There's nothing I couldn't find for you. A beautiful eye. Told so well. Even you believed it yourself. Excuse me? Excuse me? Why are you not dedicated to your love, huh? Whatever happens to your protagonist, I can't save you. In fact, I'm starting to believe you deserve whatever's coming to you if that was a lie. What do you mean? My love. She looks at you, as if about to say something. A pained smile touches her lips. A silence hangs between you. You finally come. I mean, you're alive? The first option answers the broader question, right? Yeah. You're alive. How can this be? I assumed you had read the letter, my love. Death is too far ordinary a thing to separate us. When you left me that night, I left the boundaries of my body. Isn't that what we always sought in the end? Why did you call me here? To see you again, my love. We cannot live apart. We are two halves of one whole. And tonight, we will finish what was left unfinished the night you abandoned me to my death. Come, sit. Girl, you can do better. I'm saying! What do you mean this guy's lying about his dedication? As the candle flame flickers, you think you see a brief shadow of hatred flash across Lilith's face. As if, beneath her skin, another face is waiting. Okay. I rock with that. I love this. Get me a girl who's angry at me. Let's see. I won't sit before you give me an answer. Is it really you? Let's be cautious. I'd also be cautious, even though I deserve it. Even though I totally deserve whatever's coming for us. I just want more information. Lilith slowly approaches. You now see her eyes more clearly than ever. Something rise behind her gaze. Her body leans toward you, getting closer. You feel the sweet aroma rising from her skin, her warm breath brushing against you. My love, do you truly not recognize me? We're gonna play it a bit skeptic. We're hopeful, but I mean, in the end, it's too good to be true. This is just a game. All of this has to be an illusion. An illusion? Her smile spreads across her face. If only it were, my love. Then perhaps I'd wake up in the night you left me. But here we are. So, shall we eat? Let's sit. We have no other choice. Oh, hi! What a beautiful smile and not sinister at all. I really put in work to make tonight perfect. I wanted certain things to be flawless for our reunion. After you've left me to rot, it's been... She pauses for a moment, looks out the window where the moonlight falls. You thought I should have died. I know you did. After I made you that offer, after I told you that we had to become one. Our souls, my love. We had to piece our souls together and bind them with that alchemy ritual. Maybe I should have said yes to you that night. Perhaps everything was already fractured and I was just ignoring it. Sinister things can be beautiful. Many such cases. You ignored so much, like my love for you. But you're right about one thing, my love. Everything truly was broken. That night, you watched them take me. You betrayed me. Reported me when I spoke of the dark alchemy ritual. When I spoke of the glory that would unite our souls and crown our love. You watched my blood spill, my screams drown. Watched me disappear beneath the black water. And then, you simply moved on. Ignored my annihilation. Let's remain silent. The woman's hand holding the fork trembles. She turns toward you, her face darkening with hatred, fury, and something so dark that even I cannot name. Her skin ripples as if tiny creatures were crawling beneath. But you can't be sure if it's real or just a trick of the flickering candlelight. Then, as suddenly as it appeared, the moment passes. Lilith slowly leans back. I suppose I owe you this much. Let's also be apologetic for what we've done. We're sorry for what we did. You don't have to forgive us. It was awful of us to do. I suppose I owe you this much. Tonight, you'll repay your debt by remembering, confronting, just like me. Love doesn't only exist in happiness. True love, my love, embraces pain as well. Ooh! I would never argue with you, Lilith, my love. Far away, something squirms beneath the green dark waters near the docks. Deep beneath Livber, the place you've called home, something stirs and rises. Not with rage or hatred, but with a curiosity that's eerily human for something so inhuman. A curiosity as natural as a child tearing open a toy. And now, from Livber's filth-ridden waters, it rises toward you. Your madness will break both of us, Lilith. It already has, my love. Just like those paintings you love so much. It's not my madness. Oh, no. It's your cowardice. Nothing more than a diseased reflection of faded memories in your mind. Like this place, like me, like you. Go on, eat. Porf meat. I cooked it just the way you like. It wasn't easy, but it melts slowly on the tongue. When the fat coats the roof of your mouth and slips beneath your tongue, you'll taste the herbs. Let me see. What is porf? A sacred animal in Cardia known to live in herds. They have long manes and specialized pincers used for communication. Strongly driven by a sense of belonging, they bond only with certain homins. When threatened, they can secrete a toxic chemical. Let's go with this. Never imagined porf meat could be edible. After the festival where we first met, and that first night when you told me you loved me, we saw porf, remember? It was magnificent. Its mane was long and beautiful. You remember, don't you, my love? Afterwards, we went to get something to eat. I couldn't stop thinking about it. You were mesmerized by that creature. You kept going on about how beautiful it was, how bright its mane shone, how proud it stood. Did you really think I could tolerate that, my love? Let's see. I think I remember. Maybe not what we ate, but feeling happy. Perhaps that's why everything afterward hurt so much. But that's exactly why you're here, isn't it? You remember that happiness. Our feelings don't lie, my love. Yes, you're afraid. Anyone facing such a truth would be. But now, there's a new path for the two of us. Hey Avery, it's Osmond here. You read so beautifully. I hope you like the game. Thank you so much. Thank you for stopping by. Your game is lovely so far. I love Lilith. Let's see. There's a new path for the two of us. I don't want to accuse her of forgetting. I think more than anyone, I think if we accuse her of forgetting, aren't we hypocrites? I mean, I don't know. I feel like if anyone is remembering anything about this, it's Lilith. I would never question her perspective. That's a lie. That's a lie. What path? Away from others. Just you and me. A path full of brilliant lights, warmth, and our soft bodies. No mothers to separate us. No old guilts. No meaningless class distinctions. Beautiful. Free from all imperfections. The woman across from you lifts her fork. A crimson droplet, blood-like, falls from the porf meat to the porcelain plate. As Lilith opens her mouth, the skin on her cheek stretches, tearing apart to reveal putrid flesh beneath. A flap of skin, resembling a petty lifeless leaf, dangles, exposing the rotting tissue beneath, but your lover seems unaware. Let's show some concern for her. Lilith, your cheek. Seeing your extended hand, she briefly moves toward you before quickly grasping her cheek. Oh. No. 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 Not yet. You struggle to breathe. A cold drop of sweat slides down your neck. You search desperately for an escape, but there's nowhere to run. Finally, all you manage is a murmur. Let's show more concern. We can still fix this. We can still fix this. What's happening here? Are you sure you're all right? Oh, my love. My love, seeing your concern makes me so happy. Really, it's nothing. Don't fret. She hides her cheek from you, pressing it firmly. You're actually dead, aren't you? There's no point in asking that now, my love. We should be happy now, because we don't have much time left. I mean, I feel like she's right. It's not going to be long before there's nothing of her left, I'm assuming. So let's cherish the time we have and atone for our sins, if that's even possible. As you sink your fork into the meat on your plate, you realize your hands are trembling. The pork meat still seems to be writhing. The air grows heavier and heavier. You reach for the knife beside you and try to cut it, but the moment a thick, viscous fluid oozes out from inside the meat, your stomach turns. I put my love into it. Her eyes lock onto you, waiting for your reaction. Okay, I want to go along. I want to go along with this. However, the thick, viscous fluid is raising some concerns for me, but it's not like she'll ever make us a meal ever again, right? Let's humor her. That's a bad way of saying it. Sorry. I truly and sincerely mean my actions here. You're chewing something sweet and soft. It's cool, even blissful. For a moment, you feel calm, as though everything is truly okay. But then the meat feels as if it's sprouting thorns, and pain blooms across every part of your mouth. What you're crushing between your teeth hardens, forming a crust. It burns, it cuts, it moves. It twists into something alive, writhing. Oh my god. Sorry if you heard that. My little bacterium is up to something. I can't really see her. My rabbit is up to some antics. Writhing as if giving up its final breath right there inside your mouth. A slick, slithering thing coils beneath your tongue and along with your palate. I would not like the texture. Unfortunately, I'm not a strong enough person as previously characterized by our previous actions to Lilith. Unfortunately, you lean down and spit. Tears well in your eyes, but the burning taste of the meat clings to your mouth. Blood, metal, mold. On the floor lies a brown, half-chewed piece of meat, slick with your saliva. It doesn't move. My rabbit wants to join me. She's here now. I knew it. That's how much you value my love, isn't it? You'll just spit out everything I've done for you, won't you? Tell me! She leans toward you from across the table. Her voice is almost tender. Tell me, my love, isn't this enough for you? Maybe another piece? A new one? One prepared with even greater love? I don't want to outright reject her. But we're still being skeptical, right? I no longer know what part of you is you, or what part is your love. You don't need to understand. You never did. What does your heart tell you? You want me to trust you, no matter what. Of course. I've never wanted anything from you except your love, my love. You're here, together with me. The rain beating against the windows grows heavier. A lightning bolt flashes, briefly illuminating the paintings hanging on the walls. Each one looks freshly painted, wet and glistening. Your eyes drift to the pork meat on the table. The bloody flesh squirms almost imperceptibly. I was thinking of saying hello and leaving, but you're reading it really well. You're really reading well. I'll watch it on the side screen while I'll work. Thank you. Good luck with the work. Let's see. I guess it's too late for everything now, isn't it? I'm afraid so. Too little, too late. A warm smile spreads across her face. It's the same smile she wore years ago, the very first time you saw her at the festival. And then that moment passes. She reaches out her hand toward you. We're going to be plagued with guilt. Let's take her hand. You hesitate, but in the end, you extend your hand. The instant your fingers touch hers, a chill so deep makes you shudder in every inch of your body. In flesh once filled with love, something else now resides. She pulls her hand back to help you stand. Your body obeys Lilith against your will, and you rise to your feet. Come, my love. You're really here. It all began in the rain, and it will end in the rain. Don't worry. Everything will unfold exactly as it should. Let me lead you to that threshold you once drew on a straw paper, but were always meant to cross. The ancient iron lock on the basement door clanks open. Then comes the creak of the thick wooden hinges. As you crack the door open, a rush of cold, damp air hits your face, and with it, the vile stench of things that should have died long ago. Let's look at Lilith. As you step across the threshold, you glance back at Lilith. The woman's crazed eyes look like they're about to burst from her skull as she stares at you. Her skin cracks open, peeling away with a pus-soaked texture. You reflexively try to recoil, and the darkness wraps its hands around you. I fall. Oh? Ooh, this is Latin? I do not know how to read Latin. Odi et intelligo, quare it faciam fortasse requiris, nescio sed fieris sentio et pietus sum. Okay. I do not know anything. Act 2! Here we are. Echoes deep within. Let's see. In the dark, you pause a moment. Your mind strains to grasp what this is. Lilith, food, creation, the dusk and creak of boards mingle with your hurried breath. Beneath your feet, stairs descending. Let's see. Where am I? Yes, let's try to regain our bearings first. When the basement door closed, you felt yourself pulled into the void. Now, beneath your feet, wooden steps leading down. The basement. Could I find a way out through the basement? Once, on a sunlit morning of the first circad, you saw Yale descend these very basement stairs. You followed after, finding her scratching at a hollow in the corner. When you drew near, you saw was a hatch opening outwards. Old, broken, hinges rusted. When Lilith saw it, she grew fearful. Let's see, a time cycle marking a 3-year period on Gaia divided into early, mid, and late circad phases based on labor intensity. I see. Do I remember what it looked like? Yes. As I said, a hatch made of wood, round, wedged among the stones of the wall, plastered with mud. You hardly noticed it, before or after. If you could find it, perhaps it could lead you outside. You can try. In the end, do you really have another choice? Let's see. I don't know what lurks in the basement. I should go back, return to the house. We go back upstairs. We don't know what lurks in the basement. Is that not grounds for exploring it further? We were led here for a reason. The wooden steps groan beneath your tread. Their cries, like the house itself, are bitter shrieks. From unseen depths rise a heavy moan, the the stink of mold and damp. One step, another, you go down. Open the door slightly. You re-rise from the dark. As the basement stairs sink into an abysmal silence, your steps find solid ground. Old memories. You remember the rooms beneath this house you once shared with Lilith. But like everything else, this place feels unfamiliar now. Lilith. Her dread is still fresh, sharp, and ripe. Crystals growing between the stones and the wall cast a faint, pale light. When you lift your head, you see two doors standing tall in the wall ahead. Let's see your choices. I have to get out of here. At the end of this place, there must be a way. A passage to the cellar hatch outside. There has to be. Let's examine the surroundings. Gods, I don't recognize this place. Where am I? As your eyes adjust to the crystal's pale glow, you survey the chamber. The stone walls drip with dampness, cloaked in moss. When you listen closely, you hear the crash of waves hammering the cliffside beyond. Knowing a world still awaits outside grants you a fleeting comfort. On the wall to your right, two circles are carved, harsh lines slashed between them, refusing union, drawn with hateful strokes. Before the wall where the crystal is embedded, a rotting wooden table leans into decay. On it rests a broken frame, coated in dust. On the floor, a melted candle and a blood-stained, shredded journal. Let us look at the candle and journal. You step among the scattered parchments and torn books. Reaching for the journal fragment beside the candle, it crumbles in your grasp. You open it carefully. The bloodied script is unmistakable. Lilith's hand. Most of it unreadable, but in the final pages, you can make sense of some hastily scrawled words. I'm shaping her. She will be complete, at last. Is there any other way? No. It will be perfect. We'll be complete. Together, we'll be complete with him. We'll keep examining the notebook for more information. Lilith, what other twisted lunacies did you carve into these pages? Words are not enough. I need something deeper, more physical. Here in the basement of the house we once shared, I've hidden something of his. While he wanders around the house, he suffers his greatest regret in its deepest place. Should I tell him that she is not dead? Oh? The journal has been scratched, gouged, bloodied, as though Lilith needed to make her devotion visible. No matter how you try, there is little more to glean from the crumbling pages. Let the journal fall. The air grows heavier. Your ears begin to ring. What else are you hiding in this room, Lilith? Despite the weight in your skull, you stagger to the table, lift the broken frame. Beneath the dust, it is a picture you once drew, but the figure in the portrait has been furiously defaced, ringed with a mad scrawl. Bodies. We must be rid of the bodies. Of them, of everything, of all that fails to unite us. Even of you. My love, my love, my love. Let's take a closer look. As you lean closer to study the picture, you hear the basement door at the far end of the stairs creak open. Lilith's twisted, ragged breath drifts all the way to where you stand. You need to get out of here. I have to find the path to the cellar door fast. You push aside the books, scattered parchments, and broken wood with your foot and step closer to the doors. On the left is an iron door, rusted with the weight of years. Upon it is a symbol, old and long since stripped of meaning. The other door is heavy, made of damp wood. It creaks faintly, as though breathing. I would like to open the metal door. It seems to be harder to open, but it would offer us more security, perhaps. When you open the iron door, a sour stench of sweat and rot greets you. Fearing Lilith might be following, you slip inside and shut the door quickly behind you. You look around. Like the room before, this one too is shrouded in the eerie halo of the blue light cast by the crystal embedded in the wall. The air quivers with anticipation. And then, a voice. Do you remember me? Who are you? Who I am? I mean, I don't remember who I was, but, what I am, I know. When you turn around the voice, you see a young woman standing motionless in the corner of the room, her skin clinging tightly to bone. If not for her eyes, bright and piercing deep into your soul under the pale light, you might have mistaken her for the still silhouette of a statue. But then, she tilts her head, just slightly, and in that moment, you see it more clearly. There's something in the woman's eyes, something you once knew, something you once loved. Look closely. Oh, wait a bit. I know you. At last. She remade me, from start to finish. Yes. No, I didn't want this. Lilith, when she said our creation, was she talking about you? Also, she's been here for quite a long time. There are tallies on the wall. You wish it were so. You want this madness to end soon. See Lilith's strange games come to an end. But no, this isn't the creation Lilith spoke of. This is a personal experiment of hers. What she has in store for you is something very different. Shh, don't say it. If you say her name, she'll come. The young woman, hearing Lilith's name, presses herself against the wall. She pulls her shoulders tight inward, eyes fixed on the door behind you as she speaks. I had to be good. I mean, beautiful. I had to be. Yes. What? When she pulls back, the crystal's light shows her more clearly. The scar begins beneath her neck and runs forward past her ears, reaching up to her hair roots. The skin of her face is pulled taut, as if cut apart and stitched back together along those marks. The fingers she wraps around her arms are thin, long, as if filed down, extended, and altered. The woman before you looks like someone who has been worked on endlessly, reshaped piece by piece since childhood. How could she do this? The young woman looks at you from where she had crouched by the wall. For a moment, a twisted smile on her face reminds you of Lilith. For you, to create you, and of course, to love you. Let's see. I hope this isn't another lie from us, because I truly want to believe that there is sentiment behind this. Lilith, I loved you for who you were. But Lady told me if I stay pretty, I'd always be loved. That's what she said. She said. The young woman hesitates for but a moment. She tries to furrow her brows, but the skin stretched over her face won't let her. But I got pretty, didn't I? Daddy. Yes. Fit to a T. You don't need to be sad anymore. You're not sure if there's anything else you could say. What words are there for someone curled in a corner, experimented on, reshaped and tortured for who knows how long? Alright, then, Alright, alright, alright. Will I see my mom now? Will I see her here? Her eyes glaze over as she tilts her head slightly. You can see her body start to tense. And why am I still so cold inside? I'll do everything I can to help you see your mother again. Whatever it takes to get you out of here. You can't even get out of here yourself. You don't know the way. So you have no idea how you'll do that. But in these circumstances, the poor soul standing before you like a shell with a shattered mind, this feels like the only thing you should say. Can you blame yourself for that? Leave? No, can't. Milady will find me. I can't go. I'm here. I'll stay here. I'll wait for you. You'll come. She presses herself even tighter against the wall. You can see the terror in her eyes. Let's not approach her too fast. She seems very much spooked. Listen, you have to escape. Do you understand me? She's using you. Do you know the way out? There has to be a cellar door leading outside. I'm here. I'll stay here. I'll wait for you. You'll come. When our author first wrote about Clara, my eyes filled with tears as I read it. Yeah, I can't bring myself to try to essentially brute force, like trying to get through to her. All I have to do is be patient. She's been through so much. We can escape. Do you understand me? I'll stay here. You'll come. You'll come back. You'll love me. You'll come. She no longer hears you. Curled up against the wall, hands over her ears, this hollow shell just rocks back and forth, murmuring that you'll come back, that one day you'll love her. The chains wrapped around her neck are drawn so tight, no force could ever free her from this place. Okay, there might be something in this room that can help me. Moisture and moss cover the walls. In the left corner of the room lies a bed. In its sheets stained with blood, urine, and pus. Atop it sits a cloth doll. The floor is decayed, scored, and battered, as though someone had dragged things, slammed them down. Against the wall before you rests a rusted metal table, its surface scattered with shards of broken mirrors. In front of it, a chair has collapsed, its legs bent. Brown stains coat it so thoroughly you can hardly guess what its original color was. Perhaps she will talk to us, or maybe she's still... Okay. Is the ragdoll yours? That's just about as much as I expected. It was worth a shot, though. The doll is in shambles, stained with black blotches. Its eyes long since gouged out. One arm dangles loose. Its fabric looks like it's been torn open and stitched back together again and again in different places. The padding that once gave its head shape has been entirely removed. Patches of a mismatched cloth are sewn haphazardly across its body. Lying lifeless on the bed, the rag doll is a reflection, a crude replica of the woman murmuring to herself by the wall. Maybe this belongs with you. You'll love me. Come back. Her eyes turn to you for a brief moment. As her trembling hands take the doll, her murmuring stops. You can feel she wants to thank you, but it seems she forgot how to say those words a long, long time ago. Let's smile and nod. You turn your gaze back to the room. Under the crystal's glow, the metal table shimmers faintly. On the far wall, two doors catch your eye. Like the moss-covered walls around them, they're tinged with an unsettling shade of green. let's approach the table, see what we can find. As you move closer, you realize the glimmer you'd saw did not come from the table, but from the mirror shards scattered across it. The shard's rightful place is a frame hanging on the wall. In the blue light, your gaze turns to the frame, whose edges are carved with meticulous care, almost as if ready to move. Its glass had once been held together, but has burst outward from the center, as though someone inside had tried to break free. On the lower corner of the table lie dried, bloody fingerprints. I'm assuming the fingerprints are Clara's. Is there anything in the mirror that catches my attention? You step closer to examine the mirror. The shards scattered across the table and floor, stained with blood, reflect dozens of twisted, warped, and deformed versions of yourself. They stare back at you with disgust, as if they're loathing the fact that they bear your face from the mirror's silver side. You feel ashamed of being yourself, of having this face. Fear makes you take a step back. Just a reflection. Just my own face. Nothing to be afraid of. You pick up one of the broken shards. Under the pale light, a small shadow passes behind the silvering. Your trembling hands bring the blood-stained mirror shard up to eye level. You see your own reflection. What did you expect? Tired, with dark circles under your eyes, a frightened face, eyes that can't tell what's real or not, and golden blonde hair. But then, in the blink of an eye, Lilith's eyes appear, wide open in terror, filled with all the anger and hatred, eyes that seem like they could emerge from the other side of the mirror. You drop the shard in fear. It shatters into dozens of pieces on the floor. Lilith's eyes watch you from behind each fragment. I have to get out of here. You turn towards the doors. One looks old at first glance. Its wood is dark brown, fading to gray in some places, cracked and mildewed with time. There's no visible handle, only a notch in the frame. Worn smooth, not by force, but by habit. The other is newer by comparison, but it's not the honest kind of new. More like something rotten that's been polished and presented as good as new. Its wood is pale, grainless, unnatural. A silver knob sits placed squarely in its center. Let's touch the old door. It's honest about what it is. Osmond told me you're reading too well and I came. He was right. Thank you so much. It helps that the prose is very effective in establishing atmosphere. So thank you so much. You slip your hand into the gap and push. The surface isn't warm, but not exactly cold either. Stagnant. It reminds you of the moment a body begins to cool. The remnants of a life lived, then abandoned. Your fingertips catch lightly onto the splinters of the wood. As a child, you used to run your hands over boxes like this while hiding beneath your mother's alchemy table. A life long before your mother's death and long before you took responsibility for it. Long before. Oh, look, it's our sound designer! Yeah, the music really also contributes to the atmosphere a lot. It's very, like, it brings me in. There's like a dread in my heart with the music, and now it's very solemn. It was very, with Clara, yeah. The music is so nice, the sound design, everything is presented so well. At first glance, it seems a cold and empty room. On the damp walls, the light seeping through the half-open door glimmers like scattered pearls. The dust, awoken from its endless sleep, whirls frantically around you. Then you see them. Paintings and canvases thrown into the corners. Torn, ripped, shattered. A great hatred has turned every one of them into the wreckage of a massacre. The room opens onto a corridor without a door. Releasing the soundtrack at 15th of December. Oh, that's soon. That's the end of the festival, actually. That's next week. Oh, that'll be... Oh. I'm looking forward to that. Let's see. The paintings belong to Lilith. Or there must be something else I can find in the room. More information. On Spotify! On Spotify. Nice. Okay, I'll definitely be taking a look at that when it releases. There must be something else I can find in the room. You turn your gaze away from the paintings on the floor. The beams supporting the low ceiling have come loose. The wooden shelves that once hung on the wall have fallen to the ground. A few books catch your eye where the shelves have closed. Yeah, end of the Choose Wisely Festival. Let's see. I think we can glean more information if we find out what Lilith is reading. You reach for one of the bound books on the floor. The book is quite heavy. As you open the cover, faint crackling sounds come from the stitches and end band holding the pages together, as if the book itself were groaning. You slowly turn the pages, but they are all blank until the very last one. Etched into the inside of the cover is a single sentence. When the essence of the soul is migrated, it becomes indisputable that the body is but a simple shell. Ooh, start of a winter festival. I see. Yeah. That's nice. I wasn't aware of the winter festival. But it makes sense they would have it. Let's see. Do I recognize the book? Is something hidden here? I'd like to examine. From a narrow crack slips a folded piece of paper, its worn edges showing it's been read again and again. Let's unfold the paper. You carefully unfold the paper. It's a page torn from a prayer book, filled with notes scrawled across it, scribbles from a deranged mind. Are the notes Lilith's? Not being able to have him doesn't mean I can't create him. A shell, like myself? Better. Will I love it? Not the shell, but what's inside. Slowly migrate the part of him that loves me into it. Into it. Into it. Into me. Pristine desire will keep us alive. I avoid my existence. I do not belong to myself. I am a particle beyond the never-all. Thrashing flesh and trembling essence, I consent to be unentangled and recreated beyond the gods, even before the Creator light and the Creator dark. Oh, never-all, unentangle me, carry me, merge me with nothingness, so that neither I remain, nor you stand apart. Let us be one, beyond what is not, within the infinite. The never-all is the infinite cosmic void that existed before the birth of the universe, from which the forces of light and dark emerged. The creation she spoke of wasn't just one thing, was it? Lilith's madness runs deeper. Your whisper fades into the cold, damp stone, sinking deeper into Lilith's madness. You glimpse the reason behind her venomous love. And that's why leaving here becomes all the more vital. Slowly, you move toward the door at the end of the corridor ahead. Blood roars in your ears as you push the slightly open door. This must be the place where the cellar hatch lies. Let's pass through the gap. The door opens without resistance. Inside, it's a little brighter. Metal tables are scattered across the room, each layered with dried blood. On the floor, small pools of urine and pus mingle with damp stone, releasing an unbearable stench. And in the midst of it all, hangs bodies on chains from the ceiling. Rotten, hollowed out, left on hooks to be forgotten. Who dares disturb my century-long slumber? The voice sounds as if it's scraping its way out of a throat that shouldn't still be alive. Oh, I see. Scratchy voice. Let's see. These are essentially the same question. Who's talking? I'm over here. Come closer. I don't bite. Well, I'm kidding. Of course I bite. But right now, that's not really an option. I'm a bit tied up, you see. The thing before you is a body without its lower half, another of Lilith's experiments. Its arms are chained to the ceiling, a hook driven through its shoulders. Its head, lolling onto its left shoulder, watches you with curiosity. It doesn't take long to notice that one of its eye sockets is empty. What happened to you? What happened? It's kind of a long story. I can tell you though. Come on, pull up a chair. Sit. I'm fine right here, thanks. Are you going to tell me who you are? I'm just someone who talks, alright? You're asking no right questions. Like none. Plus, you're in a rush. You had somewhere important to be or something? You. How can you talk? I guess it's because I'm the one meant to talk. Others are... He gestures weakly toward the other bodies hanging from hooks. The chains clink and rattle with emotion. Not exactly the chatty type, sadly. So all the babbling's left to me. But I owe my life to this deed. Let's see, so... Who are you? Or were? Ah, now that's a good question. I've been asking myself the same thing every night for the last 3 years. I was someone once, yes. But it didn't last long, because that last time that someone opened their eyes, Lilith was staring back at them. Then, bam! From that moment on, I was forced to choose between being someone or merely looking like someone. It feels familiar. The only difference is, my choices have always been made by others. Oh, here we go again. The fate monologue, right? Everyone else made the choices for you, and what did you do? Just watch, stay silent. Were you just a poor little leaf tossed around in the stream of creation? Open your eyes already. They weren't choices. They were successfully crafted traps. What a brilliant excuse. Traps, huh? That's why you came running all the way here, isn't it? Right into the heart of it. Spare me the fate nonsense, golden boy. You wanted this, whether you knew it or not. Because being loved, even by her, was easier than running. And the funny thing is, maybe she really did love you. That's why I exist. I'm the part of you that couldn't carry that love. A sudden silence fills the room. Dim light reflects off of the foul puddles against the floor. One of the corpses slumped against the wall stares at you, its lidless eyes wide open, jaw hanging at an unnatural angle. A bug crawls across its face, disappearing between the torn skin of its cheek and calmly making its way down toward the throat. In front of you, the corpse bound in chains sways gently, caught in a faint breeze whose source you can't place. With each movement, the chains creak softly where they meet the ceiling. Let's see. Let's be kind. Let's be kind. How long have you been hanging here? Let's see. Roughly since the time you started blaming yourself for your mother's death. Back then, I was just the head, nothing below the neck. I fill out over time, you see. There are a lot of voices you've silenced, chained up and shoved away, so I figured by now I'd be up and running. But there have been a few bumps along the road. Wait a second. Hold it. Are you saying that I created you? Lilith created you, not me. Now we've reached the break in the story. It coils its hand around the chains and leans slowly toward you. You think it was Lilith who made me. Well, you're not entirely wrong. She pulled at my flesh, cut and carved me, gouged out my eye. True. But who do you think gave her the material to create me? Lilith pulled me out of her happiest moment. What filled in the rest were the things you never said. What created me were the things you never dared to make, golden child. And what will kill me is you. What do you mean, kill? You're already dead. Well, now, that one was new. I didn't know you could break my heart like that. Come closer. Let me show you what's been keeping me alive. I know you're bound up and you don't have a lot in your arsenal, but I do not think I want to take you up on that offer. Come closer, golden boy. I'm not going to hurt you. We're on the same side after all. Can I trust you? Guess not. But you don't really have a choice, do you? Still, I did show you my chains, and you know who I am. That should earn me at least a little trust, don't you think? Now, come closer. Let's get this over with. Alright, then here we go. Hold out your palm. A little more. Yes. Do not drop it. Ugh, I really hate this part. As you stand directly in front of the corpse, the stench becomes almost unbearable. Inside his empty eye socket, you catch a faint glimmer, something shimmering. Then the body starts to retch and convulse. He grips his chains tightly as something thick rises up his throat. At last, a dark, reddish fluid oozes from his mouth, and he vomits onto your outstretched hand. A mouthful of thick, warm bile fills your open palm, but within that heavy heat, there's something there. Give me a second to catch my breath. It's never easy coughing up things little stuff inside me. Here you go, golden boy. Pretty sure this belongs to you. What's that? A crystal, unformed, still translucent. Something you once said when you truly believed you loved Lilith. A memory. Your greatest joy and your greatest lie. That feeling clung to Lilith. She took it, turned it into a ritual, shaped it, and made it something else. Which memory is this? You watch as the corpse's breath slows. The single eye sunken into its skull begins to dim, fading softly. A faint, genuine smile forms across its face. It can no longer speak. As you wipe your hand clean, the round, translucent crystal is revealed. Veins pulse across its surface with a blue energy throbbing like living tissue. Inside the orb, a vision takes shape. You feel Lilith's warm body against yours, the softness of her lips pressing into you, her fingers threading through your hair, her breath hot and immediate against your neck. Your body trembles. You're biting, tearing, devouring each other, consuming until nothing remains between you. And in that moment, you're whole, truly complete. Your bodies dissolve into one another, and you touch the essence at the core of Lilith's being. Then, with your lips pressed to hers, you begin to speak. Let's see. I will never let you go, my love, or I will love you forever, Lilith. I mean, Lilith also doesn't want to let us go. It would be nice to have to mirror that sentiment, no? The crystal shatters in your hand. A sharp flash, then thousands of tiny fragments scatter across the room. The corpse before you slips free from its chains, crashing into the pool of fetid, pus-laced water below. With one last effort, he turns his face towards you. I said the things you couldn't. Now the words are yours, golden boy. Break free from your chains. Unlock them. Until we meet again. Very soon. The corpse looks at you, that same faint smile still on his face. The silence in the room deepens. Now, I'll also carry the things you can no longer say. The corpse doesn't respond to your touch. In the stillness, it looks almost like it's fallen into a peaceful, restful sleep. I'd better find a way out of here. As you return to searching the room, you feel something settle over you, a sense of expectation. The lifeless bodies strewn across the chamber are watching you. On the wall to your right, you see two distinct doors. Once again, the first door is sealed with rusted chains, but the chains aren't locked together. They merely hang there, as if they try to hold something back, and failed. The other door stands slightly ajar. Beyond it, nothing but darkness. No light, no life. I see. I think I'm gonna go with the chained door. Oh, and like, I just feel going into the door that has descriptively no life. Yes, life can be dangerous, but at least it means that we're not alone, right? The chains draped over the door aren't tightly bound together. They simply hang there, heavy and loose, as if they once tried with all their strength to seal something shut and failed. From beneath the door, a faint cold breeze flows out, carrying with it a soft, flickering glow. It's better to be able to see things. Oh, okay. Ooh, I see. You open the door and step inside. Your foot is met with a smooth surface, without any texture. No stone here, no dust, not even an echo. Silence, a cold whiteness. The room is bright, far too bright. The light overwhelms your eyes. There is nothing left that could remain in shadow. I think asking where am I encompasses the essence of the other question as well. Doesn't matter. Your gaze falls upon the white door standing directly before you. Ordinary, with nothing particularly striking about it. It simply waits for you to open it and step through. Let's see, there's something fishy about this place. Tell me, what is this? Why is the light so blinding? Or, why is it so silent and empty here? I see, so it's a matter of sight versus sound here. I trust sound more. Why is it so silent and empty here? What happened to the sound of the water crashing against the stones beyond the walls? Look, none of that matters right now. You need to reach the door as soon as possible and leave this place behind. Just do as I say. Can we really trust the narrator? But maybe in the silence, I can rest a little. Look, we don't have time to lose. This isn't a place where you can rest. Right now, you're waiting in an emptiness that should not exist. Do you know what happens to the character who lingers in an emptiness that shouldn't exist? They become a character who shouldn't exist. You must act at once. Oh, I see. Yeah, that's why you're anxious, right? Why is that? Of the void. Of there being nothing in the void. Because if nothing happens, then there's nothing left to narrate. That's why you need to get up and leave this place at once. You're afraid of being lost in the never-all. From the narrator to the narrated, from active to passive. If I don't leave this place, you too will cease to exist. Or should I say, you will cease to exist. That would be your end as well. I'm the one keeping you standing in this burned out, ruined house, the one stopping you from writhing like a fetus in your own madness, alright? Now do as I say and get to the door! I think I won't do that. You think you're very clever, don't you? I'm the master of this story. And if I have to get us out of here... You see the room beginning to shrink. The walls stretch in unnatural ways. The wall before you seems to be closing in on you. You know you have to open the door. No. I will no longer be the victim of this story. For once, I will decide for myself. I will not open that door. You want to simply stay in the whiteness, to stop, to rest, to remain in the silence forever, don't you? This never happened. Perhaps I didn't create this room, but I created this whole illusion for you, and if you no longer wish to take part in it, farewell, leading man. I hope you enjoyed the story I narrated for you. Let's close our eyes. When I came to against the wall, the pain in my skull was unbearable. Must have been another foul dream again. Sit up and look around. Look, water trickles from the ceiling again. Moonlight. Must be midnight or thereabouts. The house is collapsing. 5 years. Dust and decay. I'm hungry. Is there anything to eat? I pass the toppled chairs around the dining table. Plates still rest upon it, white porcelain, now layered only with dust falling from the beams above. What was that sound? Lilith? Let's go back. The board cracks beneath my step. Rot everywhere. I drag my feet inward. Was the sound from here? Empty. Hollow. What was here? Yes, the door. Of course. The door where I killed Lilith. Did the sound come from within? Is this real? What? Is Lilith real? She was always real. The most real of all things. But her love... No. That was madness. Mad. That day I knew she would speak again of the grand unification. Lilith. Are you in there? Go to the living room? The same board groans again, beneath the weight of my guilt. The windows lie shattered. Was it I who broke them? Perhaps. The doors have fallen. One leg at the dining table buckles, ready to give. In the delirium of her love, I knew I would die. I was afraid. I fled. I knew she would never let me go. What was that sound? Lilith, is it you? Go to the basement door. Boards creak everywhere, splintering, falling apart. The plaster has fallen from the walls, exposing what's beneath. This is it, yes? Yes. Here they took her after I betrayed her. They seized her arms and dragged her away. First, they cut out her tongue, so she could conjure no alchemy again. Lilith? Is that you? Open the door. Darkness. The stairs have long since crumbled. She told me herself. This is where they carried her out. They took her. Then they cut off her limbs, so she would never walk again. I'm coming, my love. Are you calling to me? Where are you? Let's go down. A blue light. Where could it be coming from? This is the basement with one room. Damp stones covered in moss. She had drawn a circle here. She had stood at its center. When they took her, they flayed her face, so no one would ever recognize her again. My love? Lilith? The blue light shimmers over your wet clothes, right? The salty water of the sea drips down from where you were thrown. Your hands are severed. Coagulated blood pools black at your feet. The flayed pieces of your face hang, oozing pus. Your lidless eyes stare at me. I'm sorry. My voice echoes off the stone. Her arms hang limply at her sides, motionless. There's rage in her eyes. Lilith, my love. She doesn't answer. Not sure she hears me. From the slit in her bare face, shaped like a mouth, black fluid drips out. It spills to the floor. Lilith, is that you calling to me, my love? Where are you? Oh, now we get to go back upstairs. All your memories will slowly melt away, like tears in the rain. Oh, so that was the end. Huh, I see. I see. Oh. We didn't even get to Act 3, did we? I guess I was too stubborn. I was too stubborn with staying in the white door, huh? Or click to continue. Yeah, I see. I see. Okay. Let's continue from where? I think this is starting us. Oh! I see. I knew it. Okay. Let's go the other route and get out of this place this time. This room. Why is it so bright? Where is the light coming from? That doesn't matter. Your gaze fixes on the white door standing directly before you. Ordinary, with nothing remarkable about it. It simply waits for you to open it and step through. Yeah, congrats, thank you! That was really interesting. The descriptions of Lilith's death. That was... and, yeah. I have to think about it a bit more. I have to let that ending stew a bit more, I think. But noticeably, there was no narrator again. But, let's see. Oh, wait, this option wasn't here before, was it? I have a strange feeling inside, like I wasn't meant to be here. You're not exactly wrong. That's why we should get out of here as soon as possible. Your footsteps echo upon the smooth stone. Because you have no shadow, you cannot be sure where you tread. It feels less like walking and more like gliding. This feels horribly wrong. Yes, because we weren't supposed to be here. Your story wasn't meant to continue this way. But we can fix that easily. How? By passing through those doors over there. Let's head towards the doors this time. Your footsteps echo upon the smooth stone. Because you have no shadow, you cannot be sure where you tread. It feels less like walking and more like gliding. It's so silent in here. Yes, there truly is nothing here. A void without a beginning. A restless nothingness that cannot be digested even in memory. Stagnation. And that is precisely why we must leave here. The only thing that matters now is reaching the door. How come I must know? Know what? That behind that door there aren't more doors, and behind those more, still beyond those yet more. This is an endless labyrinth. You can't. And all you can do is to hope. I can get out of here. I will see the waves of the sea and feel the winds caressing my face once more. Absolutely. Now place one foot before the other, and let's leave this place. Yes, exactly. You reach for the door. You open it and step through to the other side. It's that simple. You leave behind the empty, meaningless room that never should have been. The story flows again, just as it was meant to. So the creator light and the creator dark, that was the other door is the creator dark. Was it not? I see. Or maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like, yeah. You open the door. What greets you is neither the whisper of the dead, nor darkness. It's a warm room lit by amber tones, filled with a pleasant scent, a familiar scent. Notes of phenolin dance with a resinous breath of leucine. For a moment, your nose stings and your eyes well up. You know the smell. Right in front of you stands an old wooden table. Scattered pages lie around it, along with small alembics and chemical traces. And someone is there. A woman. A very old woman. Her golden hair streaked with gray is tied up in a bun at the back of her head. At the hearth, built into the wall, she stirs something inside a glass bowl. She doesn't seem to notice you. Golden hair. Is this our mother? Let's see. Let's not disturb her work. You step inside carefully and quietly. The old woman's hunched back is turned toward you. From the counter just to the left of the hearth, she takes a powder and adds it to the mixture. A hiss rises from the glass bowl. The woman waits, then lets out a sigh. Not right. Not quite right. Another method. Another... this solution. If Lilith wants this to work, the missing piece must be found. I guess we can ask what she's trying to do now. Some kind of mixture. Judging by the ingredients, advanced alchemical formulas. Vials of neotin and dopin sit on the counter. But the real matter isn't on the counter. Look at the floor. Let's see. A volatile mixture prepared only by master alchemists. A blue, frigid cluster of mist that freezes whatever it touches. It is generally stored within pressurized vessels. An alchemical substance that induces happiness, but carries a high risk of addiction. What's on the floor? Some kind of a circle. It looks like a map inscribed with alchemical formulas and symbols. A map of what? You can't tell. Even for you, this is an advanced alchemical formula. Maybe if you could see what the woman is stirring, you could figure something out. Let's ask outright. Her hand, reaching for a powder at her side, halts in midair. The image of her hunched back slowly gives way to her face. A warm smile spreads across it. The dark circles under her eyes and the wrinkles reveal her age. Ah, a guest. Welcome, young man. My name is Legia. Forgive me. No one's come here in a very long time. Come, sit. She gestures to the chair in front of the wooden table. Let's sit down. You must be tired. I'm sure it's been a long journey for you. As you let go of the tension your muscles have held for so long, you feel the ache rising from your calves. In this warm room filled with familiar scents, you realize for the first time just how exhausted you are. You are tired, Elbeck. Truly tired. But you have no time to rest. Don't forget why you came here. You are searching for a cellar hatch, the way to freedom. Yes, I'm tired. You can rest here, darling, for as long as you like. Are you an alchemist? She lifts her gaze from the papers for a moment. Yes, I used to be. now you're not? I don't know. After the accident I had, I suppose I still am. An alchemist, I mean. Would you have expected otherwise? That's not... Oh! Wouldn't this be hypocritical of us? We did turn in Lilith, for practicing dark alchemy. What kind of accident did you have? A tragic accident. My 7-year-old son played with the mixture I was working on. To him, it must have seemed like a game. She lifts a vial of blue liquid from the bench and lets the light shine through it. I suppose he thought he could do alchemy better than I could. Or maybe he simply thought it would be fun to mix a colorful liquid. Who knows? This feels so familiar. When I entered the room, he was at the mixture. I scolded him a little and sent him off to bed. I never suspected he might have tossed something into it. I kept working. When the laboratory exploded, I could smell my own burning flesh. Liquid dextrose and Vib. When combined at a high temperature, they trigger a sudden, violent release of heat. But you didn't know that then. That's what detonated your mother's laboratory. Wait a second. Wait. There's no need to worry, darling. None of this was ever your fault. You don't have to keep living with this guilt. So, what are you suggesting? That I should just let it all go, run away, and pretend to be happy, as if nothing happened? No, that's the most sensible thing you've said so far. We need to escape. It's not a bad idea at all. Ask her where the cellar hatch is. Haven't you seen enough death and corpses for one day? Run away? Well, if that's what you want. I'm only telling you to lay down the burden on your shoulders. The day your mother died in the laboratory, it wasn't your fault. Those are kind words, thank you. But I don't want to hear any more about death and loss. Just tell me where the cellar hatch is, and I'll go. Exactly. We can't let this woman, with her familiar scents, her soft voice, and her smile, dig any deeper into our mind. I know this woman, don't I? Of course you do. That's why we must leave. Yes. Must not forget our purpose. You mean the door that opens outside, don't you, darling? Well then, this way. Yes. You're on the right path. This is what will carry the story forward and keep you within it. You don't want to leave here. Ooh, both of these are compelling. Is it really that easy? Not everything has to be unbearably hard. Just keep going. Once you're out, you'll feel the wind again. You'll see the waves of the sea. The woman walks toward the wall on your left. She cracks open the alchemy cabinet. A warm breeze stirs her hair. You see a single tear roll down her cheek. I hope you find what you're looking for on the other side, my son. Let's go inside. The moment you step into the alchemy cabinet, you fall into a kind of void. Warm winds swirl around you, and once again, you find yourself wondering when you'll finally hit the ground. I'm falling again. Was this how it was meant to be? Ooh! Okay, so we're moving on to the next act. Sedibus et saltem placidis in morte quiescam. Maybe I should learn Latin. The 65th month. That is, Sirdak? I forgot what the, no, it's not 64th. That would be the 32nd month, if it's the 3-year, course. Oh, wait. 5 years. Now, in your interrupted fall, a metallic taste burns in your throat. Blood and rust mingle with the air you breathe. Beneath your hands, there is a damp warmth, as though something has come alive. It's never over. We can never assume it's over. Where am I? At the beginning of your salvation, and, of course, at the end of all things. Do you see it? You climb now. Your nails are clawing at the rotten boards, yet beneath them something's writhe. In the darkness there, a pale light flickers, the light that will grant you freedom. For the story to end, for you to awaken, you need one final crescendo. Move towards the light, I assume. Looking back, we've done that all this time, haven't we? You think you are moving forward. You think the story has forced this upon you. But do not despair. It was never about choices. Then what? It was about letting go. Nonsense. Even the things I let go of, I choose. You do not understand. You believe you choose. Yet slowly, simply, you let go of the path you tread. You do not look ahead. First, you let go of the road stretching behind you. When you climb, you let go of the descent. For your own life, you let go of Lilith's. And when you have let go of every other possibility, the only option left is the one you merely believe you chose. No, you don't understand. Letting go is also a choice. But it is not something you choose. It is not something you can point to with your finger. It is something only for that finger to become the very thing it points at, not where reality bends and dissolves into isness. A petty choice? No. It is merely the act of pushing things aside. Letting go happens beyond you, just outside your consciousness. So you're really insisting that my choices are only an illusion. Still, speaking of choices, I tell you, you never, ever chose. You always let go. But you need not feel deceived. You let go of Lilith's suffocating possessiveness, and you did it so willingly. Yet, it was never your choice. At each step, you paused, brushing the others aside with the back of your hand. Is that worse than choosing? Is that worse than choosing? Let's see. I gotta really think about this. I think it's worse. I think it's worse. I understand your fear. You feel as though your will has been torn up from you, as if lies have been whispered in your face. But this is only the other side of the coin. Just as when you killed Lilith, and in doing so, recreated her in perfection. A side you chose not to see. And that is why it makes you who you are. Every act of letting go shapes your life, proving who you truly are. Perhaps I should just move on. Yes, perhaps. Despite the boards beneath you, you must move towards that pale light in the darkness. Well, we saw what happened when we waited in the light. I'm going to assume it's the same if we wait around in the dark. You crawl across rotting boards that resemble living flesh. The pale light in the darkness grows ever stronger. At last, its edge takes the form of an arched doorway. Pass through the threshold. As you cross the threshold, the light sears your eyes, and then you find yourself inside the house. Again. The house where you once waited in the rain at the door, where Lilith insisted you eat, where you believed your memories alone kept standing. But this is not that house. This is the remnants of it. Everything is paler, grayer. The cracked walls have partly collapsed, their beams jutting out like bones from a broken limb. The windows quiver like taut skin. And right before you, upon the table bathed in silvery moonlight, lies a body. Around it in the chairs sit 3 figures. 3 familiar people. A young woman, a corpse cut below waist, and an old woman. You? Right on time. Come on then, golden boy. Come. You've kept the finest part for you. Let's see. What are you doing here? Who's that on the table? We thought you'd recognize. Look, won't you look? I think I know who lies upon the table. Lilith. Bullseye, golden boy. Spot on. Knowing you would come, we saved the finest part for you. Her heart. You... Mother, what have you done to her? What did we do? Oh no, golden boy. We did nothing. She was here when we came. We were only hungry. Thought we might eat. A piece for each of us, if you see what I mean. I don't understand. This never-ending search in the depths of meaning and memory. Hasn't it always been what pulled you along? The answer you seek waits upon the plates before them. Get closer. Let's see. Look at the young woman's plate. Your eyes drift to the young woman's plate. Upon it lies a thin, bloodied strip of skin, folded, carefully placed. Seems you never seen me. She pushes the strip of skin toward you. But this is your face, right? I think so. My face, my body, changed so much. I don't know what's mine anymore. You? How do others know you? With trembling hands, you take the folded skin she offers. It is heavier than you expected and still warm. You slowly unfold it. It resembles a mask, peeled from Lilith's face. Empty eye sockets stare back at you. I couldn't love you as you were. I'm sorry. The young woman reaches out her hands. Her long, skeletal fingers graze yours. When you notice her curious gaze, you see a strip of skin dripping from her hairline, as though another face lies atop her own. A kind of mask, peeled like the one in your hand, yet crudely set back onto her skin. The lady doesn't need an apology. Yours, I do. Now I'll know you. You step closer. As your hand reaches towards the skin stretched from her chin to her chairline, the young woman flinches, just for a moment. Yet her eyes never leave yours. Her expression remains fixed, as though carved into place. Will you like what you find? It doesn't matter anymore. The young woman pulls back. Her expression remains unchanged, but her voice trembles with anger and curiosity. It matters to me. Right now it does. Tell me, will you love what you find? I can't guarantee that, but the true you will finally be seen. You see her tense body soften. The lips she had pressed together part slightly. She leans back in the chair and looks you in the eyes. At last, an honest answer. But if you want to see the face I made for you, you'll have to let go of what's in your hands first. She looks at Lilith, lying on the table. I don't think she'll be needing a face. Don't be so sure. Everyone needs at least one. Yeah, she should have a face. At least after that. You turn to Lilith, who stares at the ceiling with her lidless eyes. Her face, mottled with separating flesh, looks even paler in the silver moonlight dripping through the broken roof. You carefully place the warm strip of skin upon her face, aligning the cut at her jaw with the start of her hairline. Disturbingly, Lilith's features come together, whole again, almost alive, as though she might turn her eyes to you at any moment. With you, the great terror and the love bloom together. I think you're ready to see now. She closes her eyes and tilts her face towards you. Reach for the hanging strip of skin. You wipe your hands clumsily on your clothes and reach for the dangling piece of skin where the mask begins to lift from her face. You pull a little. The stitches tear softly. The young woman winces in pain. Are you alright? You pull harder as the stitches begin to tear. The mask clinging to the young woman's face rips apart, but you don't stop there. As the mask tears away, every stitch along her neck, chest, stomach, and legs bursts open. Everything comes undone. The skins, taken from different bodies and sewn together, peel away one by one, like clothing. And where every seam is finally undone, another body emerges from within the woman. A young boy. He bears your body, your eyes, your past. When his trembling lips part, you hear the voice of your childhood. Do you know who I am? Yes. Yes, I know who you are. You sink to your knees and hold the golden-haired boy. As your hands touch his back, you feel a hole. His trembling stops. He is no longer afraid. You glance at those around the table. The eyes watching you seem unaware of what had just happened. Step back. You think it is over, but it is not. It cannot, for another still awaits you. Look at the man's plate. As the young woman's body dissolves until only a handful of skin remains, all that you have lived and all that you might have yet lived flows before your eyes. Everyone, everything, just as it was meant to be. Do you feel it? Yes, I feel the cold draughts striking my face. As your true face lies buried beneath your sins, is this possible even? But do not despair. In the darkness of the endless night, resurrection awaits you. Look, before you, on the plate of the man cut off at the waist rests a bloody, congealed tongue, torn from its place. The man fixes his gaze on you, waiting. At last, he speaks. We had another part in mind for you, but it seems Lilith left nothing unsaid. Unlike you. Would you? He jerks his chin toward the tongue on his plate. Now it's my turn to speak. So many people made me speak for so long now. After a while, I could no longer recognize my own voice. But yours, I will know. Now it is your turn, truly. You think the dead body slackens, sinking into some strange ease. The tongue in your hand feels slick and heavy. It waits for you to say something. I'm sorry for everything. Oh, come on now. That scrap of tongue in your hand needs no apology, golden boy. Don't make yourself pitiful with excuses. You're hardly a paragon of virtue, are you? And no one here ever expected your apologies. What is expected is that you exist, that you be someone. Perhaps my fleeing should end. Perhaps I should cast aside apologies and become someone. Become myself. The chains spilled at the man's feet clattered softly. Their sound echoes through the rotting walls and falls before you. Come closer, golden boy. Come closer and tell us, when you are truly yourself, what will you say? I won't carry you anymore. You approach. The man cut off at the waist sits twisted in his chair, black sludge dripping from where his stomach should be, down onto the seat and then the floor. His eyes never leave yours. The chains biting into his decayed wrists are rusted. A small pin holds it all together. To pull it free, you see you must grip it with both hands. You always fled, but this time, it seems, you've caught me, golden boy. Both hands. The bloody tongue makes your hands slippery. Each time you press, your fingertips slide off the pin. Perhaps you should put that thing I gave you somewhere, golden boy. He points at the tongue in your hand. Perhaps I should put it back where it belongs. You see Lilith lying on the table beside you. In her flayed face, lidless eyes gaze up at the broken ceiling. Moonlight veils her features in a gray shroud. You part her jaw. First, you press down the section of her throat where the vocal cords lie, blood slick and trembling beneath your fingers. Then, slowly, you set the tongue back in place. Black fluid seeps from her mouth, trailing from the corners of her lips to her ears. At least now her face seems a little more natural, more complete. Within you, love and horror bloom at once. Very well then, back to these chains. I will free you of this burden. After wiping your hand clean on your shirt, you press down on the pin with all your strength. At first, nothing. The metal, frozen in place for decades, refuses to move. Then you feel a faint shift. You press harder, and with a reluctant creak, the rusted pin comes free. The chains drop into the dust. There, for the first time, you spoke as yourself, golden boy. When you turn your gaze back to the table, the women are watching you with calm, indifferent faces. The rotten boards creak as if braced. From the broken ceiling, a few drops of rain will fall to your face. Was that all? Each fragment takes its time to settle into place. What you fled from now stands directly before you, dissolved, fractured, torn apart, and ruined. Was it always meant to be this way? Will it always remain so? I saw Lilith transformed into something different, a creature, perhaps, or perhaps she had always been so. Something you told yourself time and time again. It was always easier to blame her, easier than turning inward and facing yourself. But now, you must prove whether you are worthy of salvation or not. What now? Tell me, narrate, or whatever, and let this torment end. Moonlight spills through the fractured roof. An abysmal silence fills the room. You no longer believe those gathered around the table even breathe. Lilith's body lies there, still as stone. No, not quite. The boards, the glass, the scattered things around you strain, awaiting. Let's see. I hope, in the end, you can forgive me. For everything. You move toward Lilith's body on the table. The tongue you placed rests in her mouth. She's still with her mask-like face, stitches running from brow to chin. Lilith can't hear you, my child, but she doesn't need to anymore. Still, you want her forgiveness, don't you? I betrayed her, just as I left you. I killed her. You are absolutely right. You knew exactly what would happen when they took Lilith that night. I keep saying that night. Which night? That night you came here, to this house, to the place where Lilith's growing obsessive ideas had taken root. The place where you saw her for the last time. She told you about the black alchemy ritual. You were to die, and then reunite within the grand unification. Your bodies would perish, and your souls would intertwine. You were afraid, and you reported her for performing an unauthorized act of alchemy. They captured Lilith. Truths don't turn into forgiveness within the cocoon of time. For your actions to find meaning isn't that simple, my child. But at least you tried. I never told about the past. Never completed the parts for her, did I? Perhaps you were waiting for the right moment. You wanted to do what was right. The memory of her in your mind will soon reach its end. The wood creaks one last time, then silence. It stretches. The floor beneath your feet stirs, faintly like a living membrane. The torn black threads of the curtains shiver by the windows. Silence. It stretches. Then a breath. You see Lilith's chest rise upon the table. Her eyes turn to you. Her body tenses, as if she's being born again. Yet there is nothing miraculous in it. Lilith? The hand you extend feels as though it touches a warm memory stuck in the past. Her fingertips twitch. The flesh beneath her nails blackens with some viscous fluid. Her shoulders tremble. Then she sits up. The clothes clinging to her are wet blood. Welcome, my love. For a moment, I feared you wouldn't come. I remember you saying that the first time I came here. The first time? You've no idea how many times you've read the letter that you wrote yourself, my love. The letter that brought you here. To me, this isn't the first, nor will it be the last. But don't worry. We are almost complete. Her tongue, swollen and heavy in her mouth, distorts the words. The rasping voice shows that her torn throat never healed. All this was your revenge on me. For killing you. For that night. 5 years ago. Oh, how happy I was when you came home that night. 5 years ago. I had everything ready. You said you'd never leave me. And I believed you. You said, I'm not lying. You weren't afraid. But then, when the ritual was about to begin, you ran. You betrayed me. They took my arms, my tongue, my face. You weren't there. This is so hard. We're just running away again, aren't we? Making excuses for ourselves here? Maybe I wasn't there. But I thought of you. Always. I never stopped thinking of you. Oh? Should I pity you now? Is that how you soothe your pride? By saying you thought of me? Yes, you think of me. You always did. And this is what your thoughts have made. Do you really think you can leave here with an unraveling? Livber's seas are foaming. A garden of white flowers burns in crimson fire. Bare feet trample the wilted petals. From the east, something fast approaches. I was afraid to love you, because I didn't want to lose you like I lost everyone else. And look where that fear has led us. You feared to love, even while you were loving me. Look at me. Look at me! Look what it's done to me! I have no face anymore! She screams, yet, because the tongue you place in her throat does not sit right, her voice resembles that of a creature not of Gaia. Her voice echoes off the rotten planks. The air escaping her lungs mixes with the black sludge in her mouth. The droplets splattering onto your face are warm. The skin barely clinging to her face shifts with the force of her scream. The piece of flesh covering her forehead drops loose. I never wanted this for you. What didn't you want? My death? Too late for that, my love. I remember something. Sometimes, in the mornings, when I had to leave the bed and go outside leaving you alone, I felt a vast emptiness in my heart that grew with every step until I came back to you. Now I wonder, will I feel it again after our reunion? The creation. You mean a child, don't you? Tell me the truth, Lilith. You think Lilith smiles, until you realize how this is possible. She already braces herself against the edge of the table. Dark veins run from her shoulder to her thigh like dried muscle strands. She grips her damp, crimson dress, tears her skirt apart, and parts her legs. Welcome home, my love, to your first and final home, inside me. Oh, this was your revenge. It always was, wasn't it? No, it was my love for you. Moonlight pours over Lilith's body, her legs spread upon the table. The face you forced back onto her skin hangs loose at the edges, ready to fall. Her eyes never leave yours. Then, between her thighs, something flickers into view, then vanishes. Some kind of smoke. Gray, black. It rises from between her legs, thick and viscous, a muddy liquid moving with it. The wind stops. Something crawls into the world. Lilith's rage for you is taking form. The creation. No. Her love. That's what she called it. You heard her too. It's love. A love beyond the borders of the material realm. A love so magnificent. The smoke coils upward. A newborn storm. A whirlwind. It surrounds you. Fills the room. A metallic taste coats your tongue. Your breath shortens. Lilith's love begins to fill you. Yes. 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 Your vision darkness. You feel it, don't you? And in the end, a voice. Tell me, my love. Once we speak of this, there will be no turning back. So tell me, do you wish to remember your past, or to see the truth? I need to see the truth. Smoke coils around you. A realization spreads through the layers of your mind. The story has brought you here. I have brought you here. Through the fine cracks in the smoke you see, the roof caved in, plaster fallen from the walls, windows long shattered. Rain drips from the hole above and strikes your face. From somewhere unseen, you hear Lilith's voice. You were alone here, my love. For 65 months you've been alone. Since they took me, your conscience has never let you leave. You always knew the truth. It was to finish what you started, the ritual of black alchemy. Now you see. Yes, my love. You remember the pieces, don't you? The name, the blood, and the word. Well, I must see the truth now. The name first. I must know who I am. Elbeck. It was the first weeks of your 65-month solitude, only days after they took me. They asked you for a name. You gave mine first. Then you signed your own on the witness paper. You claimed to have seen me perform unauthorized alchemy. The guards told you that you could see me one last time. One last time before I die. I told them there was no need. The smoke thickens, heavy and suffocating. From the other side, you hear Lilith's voice. Yes, you were afraid, weren't you? You are not virtuous enough to see me one last time, to say that you really loved me. Now, speak your name. Confess it. My name is Elbeck, and I killed you because I avoided my virtue, and I was afraid. You see the smoke take shape before you, coalescing into a silhouette. The ritual is progressing. From beneath the mist, something slides across the floor toward your feet, metal scraping softly. You recognize it. Lilith's dinner knife. The grand unification will unite us, my love. There, we all will be together. Now, seal your name with your conscience. Spill your blood. To the end. Oh my gosh, this is quite harrowing, but I suppose we've already started the ritual. And it would be running away again if we didn't follow through with it. I assume to not follow through with it is the equivalent of not looking at the truth, even though we said we wanted the truth. If shedding it will free me from my conscious torment, then let my blood run. Let your blood gather at your knees like the sea itself. Just like the edge of the cliff you could never let yourself fall from. 2 years later, your steps had carried you back to that cliff's edge, your guilt heavier than ever before. There wasn't a single night you didn't see me in your dreams. But you couldn't find the courage to let yourself fall with the rain. Killing yourself would have taken more courage than killing another. Your knees sank into the mud, a heart mired in a bog. Blood drips from your fingertips. Your fingers grow numb. The warm, slick fluid from both wrists pools on the floor. Your legs weaken. You sink to your knees. The knife slips from your hand and clatters to the ground. Through the mist, Lilith approaches. Her face, her body. She seems to have left all that horror behind, just as you first saw her. Lilith. The house creaks and groans around you, crazed. Kneeling, you struggle to steady your breath, a rasp rising from your chest. Sweat soaks your back and the wind makes your skin shiver. Lilith smiles. It's a gentle, merciful smile. There's a piece of paper in her hand. As she leans down to pick up the knife, she places the paper in your palm. And the end. Your madness took hold of you. By the end of those 65 months, you had yourself convinced that I couldn't be dead. You clung to that fragile hope because it was all you had left. Poor Elbeck. Everything lost, rotted, or faded within that house. You redrew it all on those yellow papers to remember. to keep your memories alive. Because what else did you have but memories? You kept drawing, again and again, all those moments whose originals had long been lost. And then, you wrote a letter, from my mouth to yourself. You summoned yourself back here, even though you had never truly left. But your mind needed to believe it. My love, if you're reading these lines, it means there's something inside your heart that still belongs to me. Death is too far ordinary a thing to separate us. I will give birth to our creation in our home. Our creation cannot be left undone. Come, 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 my love. All it takes is your courage. Lilith. It's true. You needed to believe it, to step through the door. Just as the blood from your wrists seeping into the letter, the thing that ended everything, the thing that began it all. Don't worry, there is nothing to fear. This is not an ending. This is never an ending. This is not death. We'll begin anew. Anew. What? Give me the letter you sent to yourself. I'll tuck it into your pocket. Perhaps where we're heading, you'll need this blood-stained thing. When you cut your wrists that deep, you can't move your fingers anymore. I suppose I'll have to complete the last step of the ritual for you. The smoke rises, thick and heavy, like the fluid that once spilled from Lilith's throat. It wraps around you. You stand within the storm. Your memories whirl through your mind, shattering against the fragments of your awareness. Each breaks apart, merging and separating, until nothing remains but the black smoke. In the midst of nowhere, you stand alone, and at last, your body dissolves. Let's hold on to the last vestiges of our sanity, of our conscience, our consciousness. Now, there is no need to fear, my dear. My love, my life. Here, we belong to everything. We belong to everything else. Welcome among us. At last, we have no bodies now, no names, only us remain. Us. This is the only place where we can exist together. You, me, and our creation. The grand unification? Yes. That is what we call this in the material realm. The horizon where earth and sky meet. And beyond it, far beyond, above the lights and the dark, beyond even the never-all. Come closer. Have you forgiven me? No, my love. You did not do all this to be forgiven. What we have done comes with us. It will be part of us. I will accept you with it. I will take you into me with it. How? Our souls, these formless souls cast beyond the cosmic dark, will soon mingle. We will become one. We will become something greater than ourselves. You, me, and our child. You will remain as an ache twisting within me, trapped in a new loop. Wait, what? And in the end, we all converge upon a single point in the story, without even remembering who we were. The end. 3 out of 8. I see. Oh, I see. I'll have to look at the other endings later, but I really like that. I always love stories about grief. And Also, whole like the whole spiel about choice as well. Um, like letting go is kind of a choice, but you know, I guess at the same time it's not. It really depends on how you see things. But Elbeck seemed to be, you know, letting himself go, so to speak. Yes. Yay! Thank you for playing our game. Thank you for providing me with the opportunity to cover your game. I'll have to cover it more. I'll have to play it more off stream. But yeah, that was great. The atmosphere, just the intertwining of grief, some sort of love, like. I guess all along, the idea of Lilith, the lingering memory of Lilith, was just justification to move onward with his grief. But at the same time, his grief got so bad that he wanted to, you know, he wanted to end it all on the cliffside, but he couldn't bring himself to. And yeah, that's a really beautiful story about grief. I would love to see more of Lilith. I guess we were focused on the truth without kind of looking at the past. But to a degree, they kind of converge into each other, right? But I'll have to let this marinate. I'm really grateful for being able to play this game. It's so polished. Over 60,000 words of story. Oh my gosh. If I kept reading it, my my voice would go out. I told myself I wouldn't go out on all the voices because I'm covering a lot of games this week, but I wanted to. The atmosphere was just too good. The atmosphere was just too good for me to not invest into to not invest my effort into bringing the story to life. So yeah, this story, so pretty, so gorgeous. But that will be all for now. Thank you so much for stopping by, hanging out, and making this part of your day. I will have a second stream in a few, but I hope you enjoyed Livber. I'm going back to work now. Thanks again. It was a pleasure listening our game from you. Yes, good luck with your work again. Thank you so much for sticking around. So yeah, I will see you guys maybe in another stream. Bye bye for now.